Hey everyone, welcome back to the Errant Venture. My name's Steve.
I'm Adam.
And a new trailer came out recently for the upcoming Star Wars Skeleton Crew series. And we decided we would watch the trailer and do a quick review, what we think it's going to be about, whether we like what we saw, and just kind of have a quick discussion about it. So, what did you think?
It had a very Goonies feel to it.
Okay.
It was like Goonies in space.
I can see that. And so I can picture this being one of those subjects that a lot of people, or one of those topics that a lot of people are going to argue back and forth about. You're going to have a lot of, that's not Star Wars. That's not Star Wars. You're going to see a lot more of the whole Disney Star Wars isn't real Disney, isn't real Star Wars. And watching this trailer, you don't see a lot of call-outs to Star Wars, which I kind of like. Everyone keeps saying, hey, we need to move Star Wars away from the Jedi and the Sith. We need to move Star Wars away from the Skywalker saga. But whenever someone tries to do that, it's always met with, well, that's not real Star Wars. And I'm not going to say this doesn't look like something that just looks like a fun space movie, because I feel like it's a very Goonies. I kind of, parts during it remind me of like Hook and stuff like that from back in the day. So I'm not going to say that I don't see that. But in my opinion, if you want to actually expand beyond what we know of Star Wars and the storylines that we've all been drilling down, this is really the first way to do it.
Yeah.
Because The Mandalorian is all based on that time. Ahsoka, it's all based on that time. If the stuff that happened in Trilogy didn't happen, you don't get those series. And the only thing that I see in this, outside of droids or robots, what have you, that brings anything, there's two things that I can see, and it's very possible I missed something in watching it. Republic credits, the X-Wings that are flying around at the end.
Okay, yeah.
But outside of that, I think this has the opportunity to be a fun series. Definitely geared towards kids.
I was gonna ask if you think it's more of a kids show.
3/4 of the cast are kids.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna have any romance, obviously, but
but unless they're all practicing in the tower during Order 66, it's probably gonna be geared towards kids.
I do think I agree. I do think it's gonna be more towards kids. I think it is an interesting concept, if I remember it correctly. They find a ship, they accidentally somehow get it to fly, and they end up in a lost section of the galaxy, and they have no idea how to get home.
And that sounds like a fun adventure movie. And that's the thing.
It has you know what?
I am all about fun.
Yeah.
I don't need Jedi versus Sith. I don't need these big epic lightsaber battles and stuff like that. I am cool with just a show or a movie that I can just sit on the couch with and just lose myself in.
Big and epic, all fine and dandy, and we've talked about this before also. Big and epic is all fine and dandy, but there are times when short, simple, fun movie or show is what we need. It was the same thing with Solo. Solo was fun. It wasn't epic in the least.
Make Solo 2 happen. Come on, balloons. Come on, balloons.
You have some sort of, I don't know, you have a setting on or something.
Hey, you try it. Give me a peace sign.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Peace? No?
No, I guess
No,
I don't have any settings.
No, you have to have a setting on for that to happen. That's funny. But,
you're in the same studio that I'm in.
Yeah, but I guess you have a different setting than I do.
Maybe.
Gotta be. But no, simple is good. We both said the same thing. For I know you like it better when we are on opposite sides, but I think a lot of people can agree on this: is that we don't really need more Skywalker stories in order for it to be good Star Wars stories. We need more. Rogue One proved we don't need Jedi. To tell a good story, you don't need Jedi. You don't need.
Don't get me wrong, Vader coming out at the end was pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Of course it was. Oh, my God. But it still proved the same point. We don't need Jedi for the story. So I am looking forward to seeing this. A little trepidation because it is Disney. And Disney's track record hasn't been that good.
It hasn't, and
it really hasn't.
There's footage out there of, from back in the day of George saying Star Wars is not for kids. And a lot of people hang on to that, but then it's like George also did the prequels. He also did Clone Wars.
Oh, my God. Well, Clone Wars... See, I don't think Clone Wars was...
But he made Ewoks. End of discussion.
Okay, there you go.
He made
and
Ewoks.
The action Ewoks.
And Jar Jar Binks.
We had the Droid cartoon series. We had the Ewok Adventures cartoon series. We had the 2 Ewok movies. Yeah, we had the holiday special. Yeah.
So being a show for kids, not being for kids, the creator went back on that.
Yeah.
Disney, the creator went back on that.
Yes.
I think you have, the little kid Jedi series. You have different things. I think you need to be inclusive in the sense of you need all ages to get into Star Wars. Because here's the thing.
With the live action.
Well, the second you stop having stuff that appeals to all age groups is the second you're leading to the death of Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of people out there who are going to say, well, Star Wars died, when Disney bought it. And I'm not going to believe that. I want to see Star Wars continue. I want the galaxy to grow. And the only way it's going to happen is by getting more fans into it. Yeah. And when you have these shows come out and you have them geared towards kids, you're going to have those more fans. You're going to grow the following. I remember being a kid, and if you like Star Wars, you were a loser.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was movie week at school. I brought in the Star Wars trilogy on VHS because that's what we had with the TV on the cart, and I got made fun of for bringing Star Wars in. And now Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to see it, but if you want to see it continue to the point where it's not this old thing from, at that point, 20, 30 years ago, and is still relevant, is still cool, is still bringing in fans, is still bringing families together, then this is what you got to do. Because otherwise, people are going to stop watching the original trilogy.
What they have to do is they have to give us... And that's kind of what they're doing with this. Is this supposed to be a movie or a series? I thought it was supposed to be a series.
It's a series. I think it would be a better, direct to Disney Plus movie. From what I'm saying, I'm going to say the soundtrack for that trailer is spot. It's perfect.
I think they need to do different things.
Yeah,
like I'm saying, we they can't keep rehashing the same thing. And that's exactly what, the sequel trilogy was. It was, Skywalker, Palpatine, battle. It was, basically a new rebellion. Same thing.
Whether you liked it or didn't like it, you have to appreciate what the Acolyte tried to do by showing us something that we have never seen before. We'd never seen anything from that time frame. We'd never seen anything about what Jedi were before the Phantom Menace. don't get me wrong, there's book after book about it, but we never see anything like that.
Books.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Whether you liked it or whether you hated it, there's going to be people on both sides. You have to appreciate trying to do something else before Skywalker was even a thing.
Yeah. No, they have to, in order for Star Wars to survive, two things needs to happen. Number one, they need to do different things. They need to get away from the Skywalker Palpatine shtick.
Yes.
And more importantly, they also need to give good stories. Now, whether this is going to be a good story or not remains to be seen. But it is, as we said before, it looks fun. It looks like Goonies in space. It looks along the same lines as the Solo movie. So, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes.
My expectation is, I think it's going to be childish. I think I'm going to enjoy it because it's going to be childish. I don't think it's going to further any of the story of anything. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with content that just exists. Yeah. I am fine with, as long as you tell me a good story for now. I think the one thing I don't want to see in this is, and I'm not expecting it, is like every episode being a different story. Like Clone Wars, for the most part, you had your 3 story arcs, but you had a lot of episodes where it's like, here it is, and there it's gone. But overall, at the end, it's all about the Clone Wars. I just don't want to see a series come out where like everything is its own standalone.
You don't want episodic. You don't want episodic. You want serial.
But serial. That does sound good. But yeah, at the end, I'm fine with the long story that is going to further none of the other content out there, but just show us more of the galaxy that we have grown up with and come to love.
I think that I think one of the good reasons for doing it on Disney Plus is that you can do that serialized storytelling and it will still work because the episodes are there. They're all online. You can go back if somebody's, just kind of walking into it. They can go back and watch the beginning and get caught up.
Well, not only that,
on TV, you kind of have to wait for all the repeats, and who knows if they're going to do a repeat. You got to wait for the season to end, and then,
Well, let's be honest. With the rise of streaming and the birth of Disney Plus, I don't think we're ever going to have that problem again. There is a reason why you are never going to see anything ever challenge the series finale of MASH for most people sitting down at the same time watching a TV show in the world.
Yeah.
It's never going to happen. But
I do think a lot of it had to do with how long the show was on the air.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it doesn't. Yeah. But it's just like the moral of the story is back then, and even growing up, I remember every Thursday my parents would sit down and watch ER. I remember every Friday it was America's Funniest Home Videos or TGIF. You had your times where this was when the show was on and the family sat down and watched it because that's when it was airing. Yeah. And you don't have that now. You have the convenience of, I don't want to watch this today. I'll stream it tomorrow because I can. I don't have cable. Everything I got are streaming services because I don't watch enough TV to have the need to spend it on the other stuff. But I think this is going to be a good thing. People are going to be watching the episodes over and over again because it's Star Wars. If you don't think there's going to be Easter eggs in every episode, there's something hidden on the back, a clone helmet here, something else over here. There's people who make entire videos of, we found 41 Easter eggs in this episode.
I
used to think I wanted to watch those, and then I watched those, and then I stopped wanting to watch those very quickly.
Yeah, me too, actually. Yeah.
But at the end, I think
it does look interesting. Like I said, it looks fun. I'm definitely going to give it a watch. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I'm still going to watch it because it's Star Wars.
Yep.
So I'm going to watch it. But yeah, no, we'll have to kind of see how it goes.
I'm looking forward to it. And
Yep.
I think it's going to be fun. And as I tell people a lot, when the sequel comes out, they don't like it, or they watch something and they expect something different. It's like, don't look at it as a continuation of something. And I know this is blasphemy what I'm saying. If you're gonna link it to Star Wars, you might not like what you see. But if you look at it as its own standalone series, give it its own place to stand, you might like what you see and you might enjoy yourself. Like, Star Wars has set the barrier so high that it's going to be incredibly hard for anything to hit this that is considered Star Wars. But now you're talking about something that's supposed to be fun for kids to get them into this. And here's the thing. Kids are going to love it. It's the adults that are going to kill it.
Well, it always is.
Absolutely.
It always is. I mean, kids, they loved Phantom Menace. It was the adults that were like, "Ew, it's terrible. Oh, it's a Jar Jar." And then you got the Moidians and this.
I love the sounds.
It was not kids. It wasn't kids.
But, all right, well, I'm looking forward to it coming out soon.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited. December's around the corner. But nice, quick, and easy episode. Just, quick trailer review of Star Wars Skeleton Crew. So thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Catch us on social media. We got lots of it. We're also on all major podcast networks. So once again, I'm Steve.
I'm Adam.
Thanks for watching the Errant Venture End.
May the Force be with you.
Have a good one, guys.